Right, so to find the length of the line PQ, we go back to the formula, which is the square root. We know that this could be written as this. The square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. We know x2 is 0 minus x1, which is 5 all squared, plus y2 is 5 over 3 minus 0 all squared, which gives us 25 plus 25 over 9. I just like to say 25 plus 25 over 9. That gives me the square root of 27 and 7 over 9. And I'll just work out the square root of that, which gives me 5.27. And that is the length of my line PQ, 5.27 units. Yeah. And to find our midpoints, we know it's x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Our x1, y1 is 5 plus 0, 0 plus 5 over 3. Add them. Remember to work out your top first, then divide. So 5 plus 0 equals 10 divided by 2. Then 0 plus 5 over 3 equals 10 divided by 2. Marla buys two types of mobile phones, B-Flow and C-Flex, from a company to retail. One B-Flow mobile costs $60, while one C-Flex costs $80. She buys X amount of B-Flow phones and Y number of C-Flex phones. Marla must not spend more than $120, right? An inequality, what does this mean? No equal sign. Less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to represent this information. So she's going to buy X amount of B-Flow phones and Y amount of C-Flex phones, but she cannot spend more than $1,200. For one mark, what is my inequality?
X plus Y less than equal to 1,200.
Very good. Yeah. No matter the amount of X you buy plus the amount of Y you buy, you cannot spend more than $1,200. Everybody got that, right?
Yes, miss.
Part 2, the number of B-Flow phones. B-Flow phones is represented by X. Must be greater than or equal to the number of C-Flex phones, which is represented by Y. Write this in an write this. Where I get this from? Write down an inequality in X and Y to show this information. So X must be greater than or equal to Y. How to write that? Come on, Tiffany. Tiffany, why are you in class if you're not participating? I haven't heard from you whole night. What is this inequality, Tiffany? So X is greater than or equal to Y, as the question said. Very straightforward. One mark again. Represent the two inequalities on page 22 on the grid shown below, label as R the region that satisfies both inequalities. So they gave us a grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 to 5. 4 blocks to 5 on the x-axis and 1, 2, 4 to 5 on the y-axis. So how do we go about plotting these two inequalities? X plus y is less than or equal to 1,200. What's the first thing we have to do to try to plot lines? To plot lines, not try. What's the first thing we have to do to our inequality?
It is an equal sign.
Right, so we make it into an equation. X plus y is equal to 1,200. Now our goal is to get a far left point and a far right point so that we could connect the 2 points and get a straight line. So what can I use X as?
Minus Oh no,
We
sorry,
have
there's no
5,
minus.
10, 15, 20.
20.
So 20. 20 plus y is equal to, hold on, this is huge. Oh, wait. This needs to do over. It's like I didn't even read this. Oh yes, error alert. We made a mistake in the first one. The first inequality. What did they say? She buys X amount of B flow phones and Y amount of C flex phones. But remember, one phone costs $60, one B flow, and one C flex costs $80. So what will be the inequality? I completely missed that one. We have to factor in the cost. So what would we write instead? Factor in the cost. How are we going to do that?
60 plus 80.
No, why would you add 60 and 80, mom? What 60 and is it one phone they buy in of each?
Oh, no.
So how do we represent?
That's 60x plus
Very good. 60x
80,
plus 80, y is less than or equal to 1200. Very good. Right, so remember we don't know how many B flow and how many C flow phones. X is the number of B flow, Y is the number of C phone. We just know 60 by how much ever they buy and 80 by how much ever they buy. When you add both of them, it cannot cross $1,200. You all got that right?
Yeah.
Right, but part 2 is correct because we're just talking about the number, not the cost. So the number of B flow phones, which is just X as they told us, she buys X number, the number of B flow and the number of C flex. So X is greater than or equal to Y. So all right, yeah, so we come back here and we say 60X plus 80Y is equal to 1200. So we could substitute. Somebody said use it as 20. If they say if they said to show that this equation was equal to 3, I think. Okay, that was a question. Right, show that the equation was equal to 3x plus 4y is equal to 60. How would you show that this is equal to this? $60x plus 80y is equal to 1200. How do we go from 60x plus 80y is equal to 1200 to 3x plus 4y is equal to 60? Anybody?
That's what was the question? Sorry about that.
How do you show? If they said that show that this inequality was actually equal to 3x plus 4y is equal to 60. But when you did the inequality, you had 60x plus 80y is equal to 1200. How do you show that this is this? How to go from here to here?
Would it be, I'm not sure this correct, would it be equal to each other or no?
No. They just said to show that the inequality that you just wrote is equal to this. If you look at the numbers, you could just divide them by a common number, which is 20. So if I divide everything by 20, I'll get that. 20 divided by 60 divided by 20 is 3, 80 divided by 20 is 4, 1200 divided by 20 is 60. I just simplified it into smaller numbers. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So yeah, let's go back to plotting.
And what does that mean again? To show it?
Show that the inequality, the question could have come and said that show that write an inequality for this information, right? The same thing, and show that the answer is this. Not
Okay.
this. Show that the answer is this. So when
Alright.
you did the inequality, you got 60x plus 80y is equal to 1200, but you have to know to simplify it by finding a number to divide it by to get this. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So now they said we're going to plot this line. So we have 60x plus 80y is equal to 1200. We said, Joshua said he's using 20 as the x point. So 60 by 20 plus 80y is equal to 1200. That gives me 80y is equal to, that's 1200. 60 by 20 is 1200,
Yes.
right? So that's going to be 0. Yeah, because 1200 minus 1200 is 0. So y is equal to how much? Y will be equal to?
$80.
Oh,
Wouldn't we have to bring across?
Oh my gosh, why is my thing?
Wouldn't we have to deal with the 80y?
0 by 80 is 0. Send across the 80 to divide. I know it's a long night and your brain probably, everybody's brain probably getting tired, right? So the first thing you have to do is 1200 plus 80y is equal to 1200. 80y is equal to 1200 minus 1200. 80y is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 over 80, which is 0. So therefore, my first coordinate is
It's just
20,
also
0.
anything multiplied by 0 is 0. Anything divided by 0 is also 0.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the first coordinate is 20, 0. So I'm going to put 20 and 0. So that stays right in. So let's find another coordinate for the y. What are we choosing for the y? 20 again?
15.
60 plus 80. I will take the 20 because I just want the highest on the x and the highest on the y. You could do 15 as well. Plus 80y is equal to 1200. I'm taking 60x plus 80 by 20 is equal to 1200. This actually might give me a negative number, so I might have to try the 15. Well, yeah, let's do the 15. Nice. Because I would have gotten a negative number. We do have negative numbers on our graph. So 60x is equal to, this would have given you 1200. So 1200 minus 1200 is 0 and x is 0. Therefore, my coordinate is 0, 20 now, which will be 0, 20. So I am going to connect my lines, connect my 2 points. Which is from here to here. And this is my first line. Y 60, sorry. 60x plus 80y is equal to 1200. That's my first line there. You remember how to do these things that I'm talking about, right? Plotting the points and getting a
That's
coordinate.
nice.
Yeah?
Missed your line traveling with the page.
Yeah, I know. That's what has happened when you use lame Zoom. But as you know, I could do a straight line. Yeah. Right, so now let's go back up to the second line. They want us to do this line. X is greater than or equal to y. What do we write? X what?
Equal to y.
And we know how to draw the x is equal to y, right? That is a nice, easy line to draw. Because whatever x is, y is, yeah? So we could say 0, 0, 5, 5, 10, 10, 15, 15, 20, 20, yeah? And then draw a line. Yes, you remember x is equal to y, same coordinates, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yes. Yes. No.
Yes, miss.
That's not why I looking so crookedy. Right, so this is your other line, which is y is equal to x. Now they said to show the region where both of them intersect. So this was 60 x plus 80 y is less than or equal to 1200. So where is that on the line? This down or up? On the left side of the line or on the right side of the line?
Left.
On the left. So it's this region all the way down here. All the way below the line is less than here. Now the other region was for this line, they said x is greater than y. At what point is x greater than y? Look for the part where the x values are increasing. So on this part here, my x value is increasing and my y value is decreasing. So this is the part here. So where is my common region?
Between 0 and 20.
And what's the
whatever.
top? What's the top coordinate? So from here to here, and where does it stop?
The center 10.
So
10,
this is
10.
my region called R. Yes?
Yes.